Well, good morning, family. It is 6 minutes past the hour. Yours truly, Joe Dupree in the building. Welcome to hashtag Truth Be Told, JD Live, your early morning get up, wake up, wake up. It's about that time, y'all. 26th day of August. Oh my goodness. It's almost out of here. Before you know it, September. Do you remember? I remember September. That's the birth month of my oldest child. But September is almost here, y'all. Football season is back. I'm always in the building. You can catch us on all social media platforms. We're broadcasting live on Twitter X, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. You can catch us there at the JDMS. On YouTube, we're at 100 BLK Media. I'm never in here by myself, never. Always find a little help from my friends. Let me kick it off with the school teacher. She back in the classroom. No, she can't stay long, but guess what? I'll take her for the few minutes she can be here. Y'all put your hands together for the CEO of Pimpin' Positivity, Miss Alethea Crimmins. Good morning, Miss Alethea. How you doing this morning?
Morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I ain't got no complaints. And if I had complaints, ain't nobody really listening. So I ain't complaining. I woke up this morning saying today again will be better than yesterday. And I'm gonna keep some people say fake it till you make it. I can't do that. I'm gonna say it until I see it. I'm gonna say it until I see it. So how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I'm tired, but I'm here. I've been moving and shaking. I went took a little mini vacay, and then I came back. Went to New Orleans to do an event to celebrate the 20-year of Katrina.
Okay.
So, and then I had a news appearance. Yes, yesterday is like I'm all it's like I'm just
You 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 are
God is
wanted by
good.
me. You are wanted by many. You are out there getting your hustle on, and I got nothing but respect for you. Let's put your hands together in the MI. Ayo, Dade County in the building. Mr. Dapper Dan himself with the blue light. Hit me with the blue light. Brother Bowtie himself. How you doing, Scholar? Good morning.
Good morning, Scholar. Hope all is well. Hey, beautiful Alethea. I see you a
Good
celebrity. I see you
morning.
on tour. Hopefully I can catch you. Don't be selling your tickets too high like Beyonce now.
Oh no.
Well,
How's the
family,
kids treating you so far?
that's the question. That's the
Good,
question.
good, good. They,
Okay.
they don't they don't play with me because I don't play with them. So.
Because
Okay,
ain't
so
no play. Ain't
you
no
don't
play
got
here. Ain't no
last
play
week I
here.
asked you about your favorite one. Do you got one that you want to go to jail for? You just want to
Yes,
no. Okay.
yes.
Boy or
Yes.
girl? Boy or girl?
Boy, boy,
A boy? Oh Lord.
boy. I just want to take him
Mm.
and just.
He just need a little bit more attention. Hug him a little bit more.
No, he does, and I do because once I give him all the hugs and loves, like good, he
Okay,
good.
okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I got bum money whenever you do go. So,
Yeah, please, because listen.
and I'm gonna show up as a good witness. I'm gonna say she
And
was on national podcast radio saying how this little boy used to harass her. Let her out, Your Honor. The
set her
system failed
free.
to protect her.
Set her free. Set her
Please,
free.
because man,
Hold it. Because the system is not
serious
black. Hey,
out here.
the system is not protecting black women. Now
They
Hmm.
are not. They are
we
not.
have Trump just fired the sister.
Yeah.
One,
Well, he ain't fired yet, Joe.
he ain't fired her yet. Give me the
Yeah,
I'm still trying to get the
Yeah,
411 on everything.
he's trying to get a fired for sure, but I think he met his match though because she said that she can't get fired by the president.
Right, because she worked for the Fed.
Yeah, so
Right, he can't do that.
yeah, so how this gonna end up going? This gonna end up in the Supreme Court. And actually, what's crazy is if she end up losing the Supreme Court case, then she actually can sue the United States, and she's gonna
Mm,
win.
mm. That is very interesting because it
And
just
I
seems to
hope that
be
she does.
It just seems to be an attack on black women, on black
Yeah,
folks,
yeah.
period. I
And
mean,
you
Trump
know what's
he flexing his power with the National Guard, talking about he taking it. I can't wait to see when they deploy this National Guard in Chirac. I might
yeah,
to Chirac just to sit around and see how this gonna work.
yeah. I don't. You know what? Not only Chirac. I think last night, Joe, I actually went to sleep watching V for Vendetta again.
Okay, come on.
And what will end up happening is the people will rebel.
Right.
Not only in Chicago, but just naturally around. There'll be too much control for the government. There won't be no peace. There won't be no room for, for freedom. But you remember a couple of weeks ago when we had Fatina on the show, I said it will be truth, chaos, then freedom.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, those 3 steps.
Reading is fundamental. Get you a book. And if you can't get a book, or you decide not to get a book, but you want to know more about books, go check out the Sean P Experience. My man Sean P in the building. Sean P, what's happening, brother?
What up? What up? How y'all doing, man? Good morning. Good morning. Just getting off of work, getting my day started with you guys, and looking forward to another Power Pack show, man. Giving it to the people.
That's it. That's it. You know, I'm listening and looking at this deployment of National Guard into major U.S. cities, and you talking, brother Bowtie, about V for Vendetta, and I don't know if you've seen it, Alethea. If you haven't, you got to see that movie. The most disturbing thing about V for Vendetta for me is the government poisoned the water and blamed it on somebody else and said it was a terrorist attack and made it that regime came in and began to take over. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on right now, this is very eerily to me like if you read books, the beginning of World War II, how Hitler just made the Jews look like evil folks. Now, it's not the Jews that Trump is saying these illegals. The key word is these illegal migrants, these illegal people who have crossed into our borders. And Trump is making them, villainizing them, villainizing people who were running from tyranny. Now, all of a sudden, they were running some type of dictatorship, autocrat type society or government. And now they're here, and it seems to be that they're about to relive the same thing that they ran from. Go ahead, Sean.
No, Joe. When it comes to the Black Panther Party, for an example, I tell folks all the time. People always say the Black Panthers, but the full name is Black Panther Party for Defense.
Come on.
You gotta define defense versus offense, right? So I saw last night Donald Trump said it is now the Department of, I think he said of War. It's not Department of Defense, it's Department of War. Because he said, we had too much defense, we need some offense. So what is that implying? See what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to the words that's being used.
Yeah,
very much so.
To the dude's word usage. He don't want defense. He said he want Department of War.
Right. Because watch this. I just believe that when these 4 years are up and his term is finished, I truly believe he will not release that seat. He will find something constitutionally to say or do to say, I still have to stay president. We will be at war with somebody where they can say he's a wartime president. We can't have the election because of the war. Once the war is over, we'll have the election. And that will give him as much time in that office. He may stay in office until he dies.
Well, that'll be soon, Joe.
Pay attention.
And I'm talking about off his age. I'm not talking about
I mean, I couldn't be Governor Lisa Cooks right now. I just couldn't be Governor Lisa Cooks when they come out and they make these crazy allegations. Now watch this. Not substantiated allegations of mortgage fraud. So at the end of the day, all you got to do is accuse me of something. It ain't even got to be true. It ain't even got to be proven to be true. Because guess what? By definition, an allegation is just that. An allegation is a fancy word for rumor. Just like when everybody said, well, Trump ain't going to raise my taxes. A tariff is a fancy word for attack.
Well, Joe, I find it quite interesting and funny that he's after this young lady for mortgage fraud. Forgetting who the hell he is and how his business got to where it's at. That's all he do is mortgage fraud. He's known for starting a project and filing bankruptcy like what, I think he did it over 19 times. He filed bankruptcy on properties and went and got them back. Like,
Bowtie. Let me talk to you, Bowtie. I do. Everything I do. See, I need to get Black Trump in here because everything I do is great, Bowtie. Everything I do is great. I do everything great, and we're going to make everything great because it is great because everything is wonderful. We're winning. Every time I filed for bankruptcy, I was winning. They were losing. I was winning. I'm winning. Y'all give it up. We international, brother in Berlin. Brother Washington in the building. Good morning, Brother Washington. Speak to me, man. Good morning. How you
you
doing?
forgetting about the crabs, Joe. You forgetting about the crab size. When you talk like Donald Trump, you know, you always got to measure a crab.
Right. They're so much bigger. Are they bigger in Berlin? They can't be. They're not. They're in Germany. They're not as great as we are. Talk to me, brother in Berlin. What do you have going on there? Because we're great over here. We're great over here.
Well, it's pretty great over here. I always try to tell people how amazing socialism is if you kind of ignore the BS.
It is great to go to work and never have to worry about ever paying a deductible to a doctor. When I lived in Germany, I lived on the economy for 3 years. And for 3 years, I worked for the Germans on the German economy. And oh my God, all you do is work and live and enjoy yourself.
It's an amazing kind of, because in socialism, the system tries to keep families together because that's what makes the socialism work better. Whereas in capitalism, they do everything, I think, to break families apart. And that works better for capitalism. So it's one of the things that when people try to say like, oh, socialism, this, I'm like, I don't think you've experienced socialism or even really know what it is. When you really break it down, it's so much easier as a father to just know you can go to work and know any hospitals are free, school is free, education is free, college is free. I really don't know where this stigma of how horrible socialism is started. Like you see it on Fox News sometimes, and like, so I'm like, socialism would be amazing in America if people would actually understand it.
That part. So, Alethea, let's get back to the sharing because it's 19 minutes past the hour. I know at the bottom of the hour you got to go. Do you have any, parents? Now, listen, this is my humble opinion. If you going to make sure that little Jane and little Johnny make it to cheerleading practice, to football practice, to basketball practice, to all these other things that will make them athletically astute, please make sure that they can read and write their name. Go to tutoring classes. Go to the PTA, PTO meetings. Show up for something outside of them throwing a ball or shaking their ass. Throwing the ball or shaking their ass. We got to do more than that. Throwing the ball. Hey, I said it. Somebody gonna get mad at me, but
Joe. Like that? Don't throw it in a circle. Don't throw it in a circle.
Hey, got the young. Didn't want to know. Man, I'm telling you, didn't want to be the first one to call me when some old dude trying to act perverted, and I'm like, but and it ain't right. It ain't right at all. But nevertheless, come on, outside of throwing their ass and throwing the ball, we need to make sure that they can throw some adverbs, adjectives, pronouns, conjunction, junction. What's your function? They need to know that I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. If they don't know that, and they can't spell their name, oh man, come on.
There was a kindergarten teacher that made a post, and she said it broke my heart these past 4 days to see how many kindergartners showed up to my school with no previous exposure to almost anything. It was so overwhelming for them to understand the concept of staying in line, wiping themselves, buttoning their own pants, opening a milk container, holding a pencil correctly. I had one who didn't understand how to unzip his lunchbox so he could eat. Some can't tell you their name or don't know their actual given name that is on the roster. So many had never held a pencil at all, couldn't sing the alphabet song, let alone recognize any letters, numbers, couldn't count to 10 or recognize shapes, colors. Sometimes when I post these things, someone asks, isn't that what school is for? Why should parents have to do your job for you.
Hold it. Watch
Yes.
it. Hold it. Alethea. But they come in your classroom, and I bet you as soon as this come on, they know every word to it. Wham, wham. If I hear that song going wham, wham one more time, I'm gonna fall out going wham, wham. I bet you they come in their classroom doing this number going wham, wham, whatever them girls are saying. Wham, wham. My mama needs wham, 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 wham. Man, come on. I bet you they know every word to wham, wham, and to Gorilla, and to
Boots
NBA
on the
Youngboy.
ground.
And Joe,
Right.
Well, that's what she
they curse
said.
good too. They curse
Okay.
real good. They
Right.
curse
Oh,
clear.
they cuss real good. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
She said, yes, school is for learning, but when they come in so far behind, right off the bat, it is so defeating and frustrating for these babies. Even at the age of 5, they recognize when they don't know things that other kids know. If a child if a child knows who Pennywise the clown is and can recite every word, including the explicit ones to the latest Cardi B song,
Come
but
on.
can't recite the alphabet, count to 10, or open a ketchup packet, we got problems. Even if you choose not to send your child to preschool, which is what I teach, lots of these things could be learned just by putting them in front of PBS or learning apps rather than letting them watch Japanese anime all day and playing mindless video games with no educational value for 4 years.
But
Please
But
take the
kids-
time to interact with your kids in a positive way.
Is this the pandemic baby? This group, this is the pandemic babies, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This
Right,
crowd, the
probably
pandemic
so.
baby.
Right. That part. So hold on. And Alethea, I'm gonna let Brother Bowtie.
So we gonna blame it on the COVID shot.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Hold it. I'm gonna let me say this. The problem is, in my humble opinion, and I'm gonna back up off this thing. The problem is not all, but most of these parents see school as babysitters for their children and not a mode or apparandum of education. This is just to get you out the house where you can be in a safe place. I ain't got to worry about you eating. I don't have to. All I got to do is get you dressed and get you there. I ain't got to worry about nothing else. And I got to make sure that you get back home should I drop you off. If not, they'll come pick you up and drop you off. I just for 8 hours of a day can concentrate on other things besides you, because now your teacher has became my glorified babysitter. Now I said what I said. The mic is to whoever it wants to go
Now,
to.
Joe, I call it the car wash mentality. Until you go to the car wash and drop your car off, and then come back later and the car just finished and it's waxed and it's shining. They're thinking it's a drop off, pickup is done. Like they have nothing to do. They have no participation. I'm gonna just go off and everything's just done when I come back. Like that's not what this is.
Man, I done seen the kid tell their parent. I've been in a parent's house when a kid told this, but my teacher said. In other words, I see my teacher more than I see you, so I'm gonna challenge you with what my teacher said. But my teacher said, and the parent said, "But I'm the mama." Yeah, but my teacher said. In other words, I see my teacher more than I see you, so she carrying more weight than you carry. My teacher said, "Mama." Yeah, I know you, mama.
Do you know how many kids I have taught that has slipped up and called me mama? Like I've had several kids in my classroom, and it never fails. It never fails. I'll have one or two that will slip up and say, "Mama, Miss Thea," all the time.
When I was doing counseling, I had young men give me Father's Day cards.
Yeah,
I had young men embrace me upon seeing me the first time, grab my arm or grab my waist, like I'm their father.
So I think
it's energy.
These kids will make sure that they know whenever teacher appreciation is, like they will know, so that they can make sure that they get me a gift. These kids know when my birthday is, but don't know when their mamas are.
Hold it. Look. Let's get real about this. Hold on. I really want to get real with this. I got people on Instagram. I got people on Facebook. Good morning to all of y'all. But look, and here's the thing. Sadly, we try to make this a political thing. This ain't a political thing. This
It's
is a parenting and cultural thing, because some of y'all are lazy as hell. I'm gonna call it what it is. Some of y'all don't give a flying F about your kids. Y'all want your kids. You want, like I said, when it comes down to football, basketball, basically, when it comes down to every sporting event, and when it comes down for them being a cheerleader on the dancing squad, y'all work y'all ass off to make sure they get to them practice. Because y'all want them to be out there shaking their ass, throwing the ball. Y'all want them to be the next Shador, or better yet, y'all want, hold it. I saw a lady yesterday say, well, my daughter, she might wind up one day marrying somebody like a Travis Hunter. You see how that girl made her come up. Y'all popularize individuals who marry a Negro. And yeah, I'm going to say the N word, and I'm using it in that manner, and God forgive me, but they're going to marry a black man and then take him for his paper 4 months later and say, I found God, give me 40 million. That's your come up. So y'all literally telling little girls, oh, she could be like the girl who married Travis Hunter. She pretty like her.
Brother Bowties, say it one more time.
Go ahead, Brother Bowtie.
What they doing?
Prostitution.
Okay.
What? They what? They promoting what? Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
I need you to be so low and say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, Scholar.
They promoting prostitution. Pretty
ding,
much.
ding, 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 ding.
Let's
but
bring
Joe,
it
you
down.
know, Joe and Alita, you know, my sons, they're grown. They're 23 and they're 22 years old, right? I never brought my sons Michael Jordan shoes, and the reason why, I love Michael Jordan as a player. Trust me, I do. But my sons never watched Michael Jordan play basketball.
Okay.
So they need to find out who they want to glorify. So whether it's LeBron James or anybody else. But what I also came to find out, because my son, they hang out with a lot of kids who don't have access to co-parenting or both parents and stuff like that. Most of these same kids, 9 out of 10 is the same mother who allow their son to only focus on football and allow their daughter to be a twerk or future IG model. Listen, these same people buying their kids Jordan, and you ask them, "Hey, how do you spell Michael Jordan? Who was Michael Jordan?" They can't even tell you.
Hold on, Bowtie. Hold on. Let's get on to something right there. You hit a nail on the head, and I can't gloss over it because I know Alethea got to go. Y'all stop. If you don't know what's happening, shame on you. If you know it's happening and you allow it to happen, shame on you. Y'all stop letting these 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16-year-old girls, 17-year-old girls, because they all children, be on Instagram and on Snapchat and on all these social media platforms, damn near naked. And then you the first one mad when all these old Negroes, all old men, white, black, green, blue, purple with Fantano, because they all, to me, when these old perverts are in their DMs trying to get at them. And then once again, that's how a lot of mess gets started right there. Man, there's no way when my daughters who were 12-year-old, are they going to be on any social media platform walking around in their underwear singing any song just for click, like, and share.
Or twerking with their parents, because some of them twerk with their mama. Some of their mama be encouraging on their live in their videos. I ain't gonna say I'm the perfect guy, Joe, but
I'm not. I'm far from it.
When I was doing wrong, one thing for sure, my sons were never around. I never encouraged them. I never showed them how to do it. I never told them what to do, how to get away with it. Nah, you're going to be better than me. That's one thing that I did learn from my father. My father was an excellent parent.
Hold tight. I need to go to Alethea because I know Alethea got to get out of here. Alethea, speak on that for me. I don't get that. I don't get how a parent now, don't know, and then those who do know, they ain't got a problem. Oh, she cute. She look good. You got your daughter out there dressed, and some of them got young men out there flexing, showing their muscles, and then you wondering why these predators, these child predators, are on their ass. Talk to me before you get up out of here. Talk to me now. Talk to me.
But what's cute now is going to be a problem later, and that is what they don't understand. Oh, it's cute now until your daughter is pregnant at 14 years old. Oh, it's cute now and until your son is having sex at 10. Oh, it's cute now And then you wonder why all these things are happening. Like because you created that space for this to happen. You created that. You created this life for them. Like you showed them that this is okay, that this is how you made it seem like if I do this, people will look at me. And what do kids want? Validation. What do kids want? They want kids to look at me. So you just created a space where if I do this, people will look at me. So they will continue to do this. They will continue to exhibit this type of behavior because you allowed it to happen and you said, if you do this, people will come. People will look at you. You will get what you want. And that's what kids, even now, adults still have that same type of mentality, which is why they click, like, and share, because at the end of the day, they want people to validate them, to look at me. So they still have that child mindset of look at me, and they will do whatever it takes to have somebody click and like and look at me.
Well, I know you got to get into the classroom. So Alethea, give us some closing words. Tell everybody about In the Passenger Seat with Alethea. I know it's on its way back. And Alethea, you out there doing your thing. We're going to go ahead and give you the horn and some applause. I know you got to get out of here and teach them kids. Always happy when you jump in here to hashtag Truth Be Told. You know you are a part of the crew. So talk to me now. Talk to me.
All I have to say is, parents, be great in your child's face. Show them what greatness is, so that they don't have to go outside and look for what they think greatness is. Because if you show them, then they will already know. Be great in their face so they can go out there and be extraordinary in this world. And as always, y'all have a good day on purpose. You're welcome.
Hey, my girl Alethea, she getting ready to go teach them kids. She hit the nail on the head. And let me say this, I'm going to go to a brother in Berlin because we need this from another perspective. Because believe it or not, there are melanated folks all over the world. There's a lot of melanated folks in Germany, and there are a lot of German folks who are melanated. There are Germans, citizens of Germany, that are melanated. You know, this is the crazy thing. She said, be great in their face, because what they see is what they know they can be and what they can achieve. Be careful what you be in their face, because some of y'all are being hustlers and hoes in their face. And you're wondering why they're growing up to be hustlers and hoes. Well, you gave them examples of how to be hustlers and hoes. So guess what? And the word hoe go both ways. Hoe is unisex. It ain't just female. Hustlers is unisex too, because some of the biggest drug dealers and some of the biggest straight up gangsters these days ain't necessarily men. There's a lot of women gangsters, a lot of women drug dealers, okay, and a lot of men hoes. So y'all are showing them how to be hustlers and hoes. Can we break that and show them something more than just always, quote unquote, chasing a bag and chasing it many a times, doing it the wrong way, chasing a bag and not having any character? Man, Sean grabbing, moving stuff around. I'm going to go to brother in Berlin, go to Sean, then I'm going to go to brother Bowtie. Brother in Berlin, talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
I'm going to make this quick because I know Sean got a lot to say. I can see it in his face. He's trying to make sure he don't forget. I just wanted to provide a solution about the reading thing. I've done this with kids my entire life. And if kids already love to watch anime, then okay, they already have that habit. Make them watch it in subtitles. It's going to go ahead and plant the seed for them to be reading. Because one, when you're watching anime, or when you're watching TV in general, you can be multitasking and doing other things. But if you put it in subtitles, it forces you to pay attention. One, that means the message is going to be clear in your head. But two, it's going to make them comprehend their reading faster. And it will plant the seed. Once they've done that for about half a year, then you start putting graphic novels in their hands or mangas or things, because all you're trying to do is getting them comfortable with reading. And after about a year of that, then you start putting real books in their hand. Where the Red Fern Grows, Hatchet, Indian in the Cupboard, like really good, mature books. And the last book that I always want to tell people to put in their hands is put Calvin and Hobbes in your kids' hands. Calvin and Hobbes is probably one of the greatest comic strips that was ever invented. It's deeper than it needs to be by Bill Worthington, but it is one of the greatest things you can put in your kids' hands as far as helping them increase their imagination. Because I think a lot of kids don't have imaginations anymore because they have cell phones, they have TV, they have tablets. So it does all the imagination for them. I think reading will increase their creativity and their imagination. And I think Calvin and Hobbes, by the time they're 6 or 7 years old, should be in their hands.
Brother Sean, talk to me, man. Talk to me. Then we're going to go to Brother Bowtie.
You know, the blessing of doing my podcast, interviewing these award-winning authors all the time, I love to ask them, what was your childhood environment like? And so many times in the acknowledgement section of the book, most folks don't read the author's note in the book, first of all, and they don't read the acknowledgement section. A lot of times the author will say, you know, my mother gave me a love of reading and my daddy showed me creativity or something like that. So on the show, I asked them about that environment. And so many of these award-winning authors had a childhood around books, around the old school encyclopedias, around the Webster dictionaries, and they witnessed their father sitting there reading the paper every day. They witnessed their mother having stacks of books, whatever that might be. So I'm seeing that common thread through all these well-renowned writers and orators and things of that nature, where their parents were active in their life, taking them to art museums, taking them to the science museum, taking them to all kind of places where you're having a learning environment. I'm seeing it time and time again for the future parents. Take a note from that, man.
Hey, you got to do that. I'm going to Brother Bowtie. As you noticed, and those of you who follow me on social media, especially during the time that I'm traveling with Southern University, East Southern University, not only do I tour the HBCUs in the area, I just left Atlanta. As you saw, I was at Spelman, I was at Morehouse, I was at Clark Atlanta, and I showed pictures where I could, when people say, well, man, that's a beautiful cat. Yeah, that's Clark Atlanta. That's a HBCU. You know, I also then go to, because I graduated from both an HBCU and a PWI. I'm back inside of PWI getting my doctorate degree. We stopped at Auburn, at the Plains of Auburn. And I was so impressed with the Plains of Auburn, I literally reached out to my son, who's a senior, and said, have you considered Auburn? Because here's the thing, apply to all. And then you then make the choice where you want to go. Listen, I tell people all the time, I learned the hard way, but that was back in my days, that the blacker the college, the sweeter the knowledge. That might not be all what was going on back in the 80s, might not be going on in 2025. Brother Bowtie, get in on this conversation, man. Like I said, it just seems to be, we've got to be a better example, because all I feel like most of us are seeing is folks are showing young men and young women how to hustle and be hoes.
Yeah.
And talk to me, man.
Yeah, I think oftentimes, and I can say for my generation, I'm millennial, we was put in a box, and I think we put our kids in the same box, and we don't open their expansion of their mindset to accept anything different or anything better. You know, my father wasn't there for me, but one thing that always stood out, he always told me to be better than me. Make sure that your name in places that I can't go. And that was the same challenge to my son. So I grew up playing football. My oldest son played football only in high school. He didn't play Optimus like I did. He didn't play Little League like I did. My youngest son only played football 1 year. And they took paths totally different from me, but I introduced my kids to whole other things besides football. The only sport that I knew growing up, Joe, was football, basketball, and the little hood sports. I don't know if you ever played tetherball or hopscotch, but I introduced my sons to golf. I introduced them to kayaking, fishing, football, basketball, lacrosse, you know, all the above. That way they can make their own decisions. When they grew up, they didn't like, nothing didn't rub me the wrong way. My son said, Dad, I want to go try this. I was like, oh, for real? Let me go see. Oh, you want to be in a band? Oh, you want to swim? Okay, let me go see. You know, like, and then even my son's mindset still to this day, my youngest son, he always said he was going to be the first black Batman. I ain't gonna say it's gonna happen, but it's just I know it came from me telling him, hey, be better than me. You know, don't let society put you in a box. And oftentimes we pass that down. You know, like even now, sometimes when you see these people at these little league football games, There's fathers and there's uncles living their dreams through their nephew or through their son. Boy, I used to get 120 yards. Come on, Unc. Come on, Dad. You know damn well you didn't get 120 yards a game when you played. You sat on the sideline, Daddy. But why you gonna try to push him like that if you know you ain't even accomplished that?
What?
This little kid probably wanna be a scientist. He probably wanna create shoes.
Oh, hold
And
on,
if you
brother.
invest in them, you'll probably be way better. Joe, I started my bow tie business when I was 23 years old. I
Okay.
guarantee, Joe, if my mother knew that I knew how to make bow ties she knew in the 6th grade, but if she would have invested in me, I guarantee would have been a whole lot wealthier than
What?
what we are.
What? The truth about it is, brother Bowtie, many a times, and it's good that I got 4 good men here. I got you down in Miami-Dade County. I got Brother Sean P. and Brother Sean P. are part of another part. See, because everybody's city don't operate the same. Then we got a
Mhm.
brother who's overseas in the country of Germany, in the city of Berlin. So here's what we have to start doing as black men. We have to start being the example. And not only being the example, we have to be the ones who come with the voice of reasoning and with good, sound, wholesome information to make these young men and women begin to think. Not tell them how to think, what to think, but to tell them in this world, you're going to have to use this thing between them 2 ears and that your eyes are behind. And you're going to have to formulate your own strategies in order to win, because using my strategy might help you, but you got to formulate your own strategy. And too many times we try to tell young black men and women, and I'm going to talk about black and brown kids because I speak mostly to black and brown kids, but we mostly try to tell them, do it like I did it. No, I don't say that no more. I tell them, this is how I did it. These are the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the goods, the bad. You can somewhat take some of the formula, but formulate your own secret sauce where you can have something that nobody else can ever take away from you. Brother in Berlin, let go.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Good Will Hunting?
Oh, come on. Talk to me now.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Okay. Do you remember the scene where he kind of went into the bar and the person was trying to be really, really fancy and kind of embarrass his friend Ben Affleck, and then Matt Damon came and showed him that, like, all you've done is memorize a bunch of books. You don't have real knowledge. You just have a bunch of
Experience. Yeah.
programming. But that's what I think is happening to this generation right now. As I speak to them, a lot of them, they can't formulate their own theories. They'll only say what they've been told to say. And when you ask them to do some actual problem solving or actually think out, like what's your source? I'm like, I don't need a source. I've brainstormed this. I thought about it and I've come up with my own conclusion. A lot of times, young people and older people, they're so programmed that they're afraid to be wrong. They're afraid to. That's why a lot of times you see the girls that's not all. It's like, no, we're having a conversation. And I find that a lot of people are like that gentleman where they have all this bombardment of programming and memorization, but they've never taken the time to put their own theory or their own spin on it. And they just regurgitate what they've been told. But when you try to not challenge them, but just try to dig deep into what they really think, they shut down. They take that as disrespect. And I don't know if we're actually learning when we're going to school or if we're just getting programmed. And that's from a public school or into a college level.
Oh, for
Creative
sure, you
thinking and
being
creative.
programmed.
It is. And I think that we have to be the ones that kind of point that out, because as more and more people are being censored in what they say, more and more people are being programmed what not to say. And everyone's walking around on eggshells, and people are afraid to have authentic conversations. The art of conversation is being attacked in a way that I never thought it would be. And we have to change the pendulum, or 20 years from now, we're going to be in a society where everyone's just going to be robots.
Hold on. I got to say this. 2 things. Pay attention to this AI. Number 1. Number 2, you have to understand, you don't live here anymore, brother in Berlin, brother Washington. You're in Germany, and Lord knows sometimes I really want to come back and move back to Dusseldorf and we ended up there. But in the United States of America, you're in a place where people have more love for dogs than they do melanated folks.
Actually, today is National Dog Day.
Hold on. Let me say that one more again. I live in a country where most folk who are non-melanated have more love for canine, four-legged furry friends than they do people who are melanated and educated. In other words, they will watch out for their dog more than they will watch out for another human being, just because that human being's melanin is not like their melanin. You got to understand.
You see a black person get kicked, you laugh. You see someone kick a dog, they ready to
go to war. Hold it, you don't want to go to war with a soldier, no limit troop. I thought I told man, listen, do something to a dog. Do something to a dog. And they will, hey, Nuck, if you buck.
I ain't got no tattoos, I'm gonna do it though.
Hey, that's how it's gonna be. Hold it. What? Let a dog be getting kicked and beat up. Everybody gonna come to that dog's rescue. Let a black man or a black woman be getting beat up and kicked in the middle of the street. Folks gonna walk by and say that's none of my business. I live in a country where
they're gonna laugh.
A dog.
They're gonna laugh.
Then they're
gonna laugh when they see it.
And I said what I said. Prove me different. Prove me different. Test me out now.
Hold on, brother Sean. Hold on, brother Sean. I know brother Elijah not coming on today. I don't think he is. But Joe, I got some sports news that just came across my timeline that might benefit you.
Come on.
I think Shallow Sanders is going to end up with the Steelers.
I already knew that, but I wasn't going to say nothing. I was going to wait till Elijah came on. I have an inside track to the Steelers. I ought to show my ring. Hold it. I'm going to show y'all my ring in a minute. But
go ahead, Sean P.
Go ahead, Sean. Talk to me, Sean.
I wanted to piggyback on what the brother just said, and it's something I wanted to say on yesterday, actually, but it goes together, right? We was talking about Amanda Seales taking on these 20 young people, right? And how she dismantled them so easily. You can tell those people, they were getting like Instagram information, TikTok information. So whenever she gave them any kind of pushback, it fell apart so fast because you don't have that memorization of what you heard somebody else say. Even in the sport world, right? You could be in a barbershop talking about football. You can tell a person only saying what they heard Stephen A. Smith say on First Take earlier, because you heard them. They're not giving you their own formulation on how they feel about the Cowboys or the Saints or whatever the topic. They're not giving their own opinion about it. They're only saying, well, Shannon Sharp said, and then Stephen A. Smith said, and Skip Bayless. No, what you think about the Cowboys? They can't tell you that.
It's like somebody, it's like trying to get somebody to freestyle, right? And you catch them like rapping like Prodigy lyrics, and you're like, "Wait a minute, man, you ain't that. I know that song. Let me hear you really freestyle." And then they freeze up. They ain't got nothing.
Right, because all they doing is regurgitating what they heard and memorize. You right.
Yeah, and I think once again, it's as the brother in Berlin, Brother Washington said earlier, it's the lack of their own creativity. If research only takes sometimes 3 to 5 minutes. Now, those who are scholars, they'll probably research for like hours or for days. But most of the things that people want to debate or talk about, have a conversation about, you can just look it up. There's so many kids, literally, Joe, Sean P. and Brother Washington, there's so many kids wear Michael Jordan shoes and don't know who Michael Jordan is. They don't even know that he's a basketball player. But because their parents passed it down to him, but if you ask who's Michael Jordan, they say, I don't know, my mama brought him though. They cost it $200 though.
They've never seen one jump shot.
Right. They don't know the greatness of Jordan. See, and that's another thing that we negate. We negate to tell our people about their greatness. Right now, guess what? Folk know more about
and not to cut you off, Joe. Not to cut you off, Joe.
Go ahead. No, keep going.
I personally feel this way. When it comes to our people, especially when we talk about our future generation. The issue that I have oftentimes, a couple months ago, we talked about the little girl, Miss Little Shirley, doing the boots on the ground dance. My issue that I have with situations like this, where we patronize our kids and use them for our own economic growth. Why not teach them something? I guarantee you, Joe, if you put 100 black kids, if we bring 100 black kids right now, just immediately, and tell them, hey, you got $1,000 to sing the Negro National Anthem, Joe, all us still gonna keep our money.
Ooh, most of us will. You right.
No, I'm talking about us for right now on this platform. We gonna keep our money. Not 100 kids that we randomly just call some parents and say, hey, put your parents on the phone, put your child on the phone, sing the Negro National Anthem. I guarantee they don't know it. But however, they took the time out to learn.
I'm good until the second verse. I'm good until that second verse.
Yeah. Oh, you good to the second? Or they took the time out to learn, but
Nobody know the second.
they know the Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmare whole song. They know
Right.
Cardi B WAP whole song. They know all these, but the Negro national anthem, which is our national anthem.
Right. Right.
Right. You say you know the only first verse, right? Man, I guarantee most of these
Yeah,
kids
that's all
don't
I got.
even know. Some of these kids don't even know what to start with.
But the
And
both
it's
sides,
in the
you know
song.
why they
Lift
don't
every
know?
voice.
You know why they don't know? Because so many more of our households are removed from the church.
Mhm.
Because most times going to a committed church, you're going to all these events all year long where that song is being sung for all these different events. So many
Hold
more
up.
Mhm.
parents
Hold,
are not
hold, hold
playing it
up.
at the house. So many
Hold
more
up.
parents.
Sean P,
Hold
I
up.
will agree with you. I will agree
Hey,
with you, Sean P. But however, though, is where I kind of disagree at. Because the same thing that they use for entertainment to teach their kids, it's actually on there. So if you can look up Lift Every Voice to Sing on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and you can see videos of people singing it. So it's what we choose to allow our kids to be. As Joe said, are you not entertained? What we're going to allow to entertain our kids with. Be
hey,
careful. I always tell my kids, be careful what you seek entertainment in.
hey,
The reason why I
and
said it,
that was very good. That was very good. And we need to be real about it. You know, the sad thing is that we can use these same tools for this buffoonery and coonery to be something to uplift and make us better. The same tools that are being used for coonery and buffoonery could be used in a positive manner if you are willing to go down that rabbit hole. And sadly, you know what? Most folks find it more entertaining to watch a fight than to watch a lecture. And Brother Sean is back, and Brother Sean gonna be like, "Yeah, you right about that." Most folks find it more entertaining to watch two folks going at it with this buffoonery and coonery on social media than to have two good conversations of upliftment. Look at our numbers. Look at our numbers. Listen, if I was on here right now, listen, how do I know? Because believe it or not, folks be looking at me talking about how you make your money on Instagram and on Facebook. I heard you doing it. I produce a lot of stuff, but I'm behind the scenes because I can't be on the front of the camera with buffoonery and coonery. But I will help produce. And if you're gonna cut a check, I'll try to give you some guidance. But watch this. If I was on here right now with one, two, if the other three other three corners had porn stars or some ratchet sisters or brothers, or if I had one drug dealer, one hooker, and one person that was talking, man, these numbers would be stupid right now because y'all love to be entertained by that. Brother on here, yeah, man, let me tell you how I was slinging that 8-ball, bruh. Let me tell you. And then the other chick, yeah, when I was in the strip club, one of the highest rated shows right now in paid TV, HBO, Cinemax, they did a documentary on Magic City. And them numbers are at an all-time high. P-Valley, when P-Valley came out, numbers at an all-time high. And when Power came out, numbers at an all-time high. The Corner, we love watching us slang dope, run from the cops, or fool the cops. We love watching organized crime and hoes. That's what we love. If it's on the pole or if it's in the street, we all with it. But let us come up with a sitcom about, hold it. The days of a different world are no longer here. The days of the Cosby Show is no longer here. I want them to reboot and bring them shows back. Bring back the new Dr. Huxtable. Bring back the new different world where folks are saying, man, we're going to get some education. No, but that ain't what you want to see. What you want to see is you want to see him throw it in a circle. Throw it in a circle. Huh? Come on. That's what I just left the ATL. I just left the ATL. And guess what? It's $40 to park at Magic City. It's $20 just to go inside Magic City. So watch this. Just to park your car and to go in the club, you got to have $60.
Boy,
and
Magic City sure got inflated.
And Magic City was packed.
most times, if you're not tipping or you're not drinking, you gotta get out.
Right.
Which is why I can't go.
hold,
I
hold
ain't
it,
throwing
hold
my
it,
hard-earned
hold it.
money around, and I don't drink.
Watch this.
So the security like
Hold
this.
it.
Hey, bro, what
Hold
you
it.
gonna do? What you
Prime
gonna do?
example. Hold on.
I'm like,
I'm
damn.
glad you said that. Hold it. It's $20 to park your car, $40 to get in the club, and a 1 drink minimum. Okay, so the cheapest drink, a bottle of water in Magic City costs you $10. Now they serving hot wings and burgers.
I heard the wings are immaculate. I heard that yesterday. My homeboy said the wings are the best in the world.
Hold it. They selling merchandise. They walking through trying to sell you a hat, a shirt, a hoodie. You know, they even charge you
Wait a
if you want to
minute.
take.
They got Magic City merch?
They got
Oh, yeah,
Magic
bro.
City merchandise. Google it. Magic City merchandise. And because of the documentary, they now will charge you a mighty fine $5 if you want to take a picture in front of the Magic City logo. They hold it. The brother, I got to give Mr. Magic, because that's who he is. He used to be known as Magic Mike because he was a telemarketer and he had such a smooth voice. He was selling everything to everybody. I got to give it up to Mr. Magic Mike. He has marketed naked women, hot wings, and hey, he has did a hell of a marketing plan. And
And
look,
fellas, if y'all didn't see it, the whole time he started, his wife had no idea, by the way. He did this all unbeknownst to his wife, which is crazy.
that part, y'all got to go see this, because family, we got to pay attention. And at the end of the day, hold up, once again, now somebody go inbox me, somebody that already sent me an inbox said, you sure got a whole bunch of intel about Magic City. Man, I
You
just
really
left.
do, Joe.
Hold
You
it.
really do, Joe.
Hold it.
Let's go
I
back
just
to the
left it.
parenting, though. He had his
Hold
little
it.
son up in there, bro. Talk about that, Joe. He had his little son in there.
Stop. Let's get it
Come
even
on,
better.
man.
Hold it. I just left the ATL, and let me say this about Magic City. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. There are more women paying $40 to park their car, paying $20 to get in the club, getting $200 worth of ones, and there are more women inside Magic City throwing ones at the
Way
strippers
more
than
women.
there are
Way
men.
more women. Yes.
Than there are men. That's the fact, baby. And I ain't telling you what I heard. And I'll leave it at that.
But they
I've
ain't
had
for
so
me.
many jobs where a female said, man, my birthday coming up Tuesday. Man, what y'all going to do? We going to the strip club. I'm thinking they're
Right.
going to see guys. That's what I'm thinking.
Hold,
I think they're going to see guys.
Now,
Magic Mike.
wait a minute. Since we talking that way, let's go ahead and get into something. There is a sister in the ATL. She working on it. And I think she's trying to do one in Miami and she's trying to do one in Atlanta. She tried to come up with an all-male strip club. And she said, and actually I had the opportunity, I saw her at a football game in Atlanta. She was talking about it. She said, y'all see it on a sitcom. I'm trying to do it for real because I know what she tours America with male strippers. She's got 5 male strippers and she tours all over America as their agent, doing stuff with them. And she made it crystal clear to me, I'm making money hand over fist, and I want to get my own brick and mortar like this and have people come to me instead of me have to always travel. But she's like, every city we go to, we selling the place out. She said, we sell the place out more than Magic City. She said, I can charge. She said, single women will come and watch something swinging in a heartbeat. She said, we go all over the country making money hand over fist.
To your ultimate point, if we took this show on the road, truth be told, we going on the road, we have a panel, we have dinner. So will we sell out, Joe? Can we sell out the Hole in the Wall, the Chicken Shack? Could we sell out the Hyman Center? Could we sell out small venues?
I'm gonna have to come out this bow tie for us to sell out.
Hey. Unfortunately, if we were slanging knowledge like they slanging hind parts, because Magic City now, hold it, just to let y'all know, Magic City falls under the new creative art law in the state of Georgia. So they bucket naked in Magic City. They in Magic City, literally by the second song, all their clothes is off. So you in Magic City with full nudity because they now say that is creative art. And since y'all have allowed creative nudity and sexuality in the theater, Magic City ain't nothing but a theater stage. Go ahead.
You know, Joe, to your point, Jay-Z said it best a long time ago. He got a song called Ignorant-ish, right? Ignorant-ish. And he said, when I try to be thought-provoking, y'all say I fell off. but then I give y'all big pimping, and like I'm the best thing ever. So I tried
Right.
to give you something that was thought provoking and try to spark your mind, and y'all fell off. Y'all
Mm.
love ignorant stuff.
Yeah,
Mm.
That's what
yeah.
y'all love.
All right,
Yeah,
y'all.
but psychologists notice, negativity is the most attractive things to our mind. You would rather hear about someone getting in a fight than to hear someone building a business. That's just how the human being mind works. However, though, you can program your mind, or you can restructure your mind to get out the program and say, okay, this is how I'm gonna do. This is what I want to find entertaining. This, like, to me, what I find entertaining, it is someone starting a new business. If someone who's have a revision on life, or have a new foundation, or new lead on life. I'm entertained by the prisoner who wants to become a businessman, or who want to be a preacher, or who want to be a community activist. Like, that's way more entertaining to me than someone tell me, hey bro, let's go to the script club, or what a name, just shot up the block. Like, that's not entertaining to me. So it's like how we want to see things, but we have choices. Every day you have a choice of what you want to be entertained by as well, so. But
And
long as you stay within their program, then negativity will always be very attractive to you. Like, it'll be like the music like that we got going on in our community, the drill music, or even the TV shows. There's not one positive black TV show that's on TV. But some way, somehow, black people are still glued to TV, even in BET. If you go to BET, there's not one positive show that they show.
the sad thing is everything projects us as being less than ratchet and very promiscuous.
Mm-hmm.
It showed that the men aren't faithful, the women ain't faithful. It shows that every move we make is a ratchet move, or has to be connected with some type of drug crime move, something of that nature. Everything is either ratchet or promiscuous. And it makes, and guess what? Once again, you can only be what you see. Most cases, there are those who will break away from the norm, but we have to really be real about it. Most of the time, all they're pushing is first of all, you can't be a good man unless you got a wife and a side piece. You can't be a good woman unless you got a husband and a side piece, because and then the vicious rumors that they always put out there. The newest rumor, they put out a rumor on Tide. Oh, Tide out there cheating on. It's just like, you can't be a good man. You
Yeah.
can't be a good man. And watch this. And we spoke earlier about Travis Hunter, and it is 4 minutes after. We're going to do a little overtime right now. It ceases to amaze me that most women say the following: dude, I ain't mad at her. He made a come up. So we encourage the behavior. Now, had that been your son, hold it. Had that been your son, you'd be sitting around mad as hell right now, talking about, I told that fool not to marry that girl. I told him. See, but guess what? Since it ain't your son, guess what? And you see somewhat of you in the girl. Guess what you say? Oh, she did it. That's what I would have did. I listen to what women say. I done hear more women say, oh, if I was her, I would have did no prenup. Give me mine. See, we have weaponized sexuality. Men and women. We weaponized it. You see that with the kids. We see that with the kids. When a mother or a father, when either one of the parents use the kids as the weapon against the other. Wait a minute, y'all made these kids in love. Now all of a sudden they weapons? Come on, we got to do better. We got to do better. I like what this sister is saying right here. She said to change the algorithm, change the intake of information. Name 10 songs you listen to. Name the last book you read. Who is the richest people? Understand this, and I'm going to say this again. There's a difference between being rich and wealthy. And too many times we look at material riches and don't understand what wealth is. Your health is your wealth. Half of you chasing the bag, and y'all ain't even gonna live past 65 to enjoy the bag in your latter days, because you're gonna be full of heart congestion, diabetes, high blood pressure. You're gonna have all the ailments of the world because you chasing a bag, but you don't understand, because you chasing riches and you ain't chasing wealth. Your health is wealth. You got to understand your knowledge. Guess what? They can take everything away from you. They can take they can't take what you put in you that is not takeable. That's why you need to read more. That's why I tell people right now, if they did give us 40 acres and a mule right today, all they had to do was publish it in the local newspaper. And I promise you, most of you would not get and they say, look, you got 24 hours to respond to this ad. If they put a time limit. Now, if they don't put a time limit on it, y'all gonna tell everybody because one person gonna get it and tell the world. But watch this. If they say you got 12 hours to respond to this ad and you get your 40 acres and a mule, guess what? Very few folks will get their 40 acres and a mule because very few folks even read the news.
I like what the sister Rachel just said. I haven't seen any of what we are talking about in the last 15 years. And her previous statement, she said change the algorithm. And I'm a small person. I'm less than 1%. But in my house, and what I encourage people come around me but in my house when my son's growing up, I always had a library. Hey, you getting on my nerves now. Y'all making too much noise in that room. Hey, go read this chapter, then come back and let's have a conversation about it. And I understand there's different learners. There's some kids who are real good at being book readers. Some kids they have to, they have to learn by you teaching them, seeing they're a visual person. But there's still no excuse because you can sit them in front of TV and they can learn things about the richest person ever exists, or they can learn about lift every voice and sing. They can learn about investment. They can learn about business. But we're into I'm gonna say a simulated program like, hey, if you step out this box, society gonna hunt you.
Right.
And I'm all right, Joe. When I say I'm all right being hunted. I know I'm different. When I say I know I'm different, when my friends be like, bro, we going to what a name club, don't wear no bow tie. Who? Oh, I'm wearing a bow tie.
Oh yeah, because that's me. That's me.
Everybody gonna know who I am by bow tie. I don't care
Right.
if I'm in a strip club, at a football game, at a car race. I'm gonna wear my bow tie. Now, maybe not fishing, but most of them. But we got to understand when you step outside the box, you're challenging a program and you're trying to create your own program. And that's okay to do because you don't want to live within their means or whatever they tell you what's structured for you. Because when you're a program, they have a certain thing set up for you. Hey, if you get this is what you get at the end of this program. We will give you a pension, or we'll give you a retirement check, or whatever you want to do. We'll give you insurance for the rest of your life or whatever. And most people, they probably gonna retire when they're 62, so they only got like 5 or 10 years to use it. But I'm trying to create a whole nother program. Like, nah, I go get it and I create my own pension. I create my own unlimited revenue, and everything like that. So you have to be comfortable and you have to develop the mindset like, okay, do I want to be part of the program or do I want to create my own program? And I think oftentimes the challenge with us is it's hard for us to create our own program because it's like, do we really want to go against this? Do we really want to be different? But it's up to us, but it still ain't no excuse why we can't be great, even if you is part of the program. If you're not part of the program, it's still no excuses why you're glorifying some BS in your community or your neighborhood.
Sadly, there's too much envy, jealousy in our community. There's too much envy, jealousy, and hate in our communities. We got too much of the mindset, I want you to do good, but I don't want you to do better than me. That's why folks won't support you. Listen, this man here has the best bow tie business this side of heaven. But there are folk who hold it. Sean P is one of the best authors, ghostwriters this side of heaven. But then you have folk who don't want to support Sean P or Brother Bowtie because they don't want Sean P or Brother Bowtie to live in a bigger house, drive a better car, or to have more resources than they have. Guess what? I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator. I'm not a competition. I am a collaborator. That's why I don't have a problem with Brother Bowtie, who I think is a hell of a podcaster. Brother Sean P, who is really a hell of a podcaster. I don't mind them coming because to me, they enhance what I bring to the table. We're not in competition with each other. That's why I tell them, talk about your stuff all the time because I want people to know I hang around greatness. Go ahead, Sean P.
You know what I learned in the last 13 to 15 years, fellas? When I was in the fitness world, anybody in the fitness world too will be the least likely to hate on you. People that don't work out at all will be the ones putting nasty comments on your videos and all that, right? In the book world, most fellow authors I'll be the last ones to hate on you. Both in the bow tie business, I'm sure other people in the bow tie or the clothing and
Mhm.
fashion industry might be some of the last. You know how hard it is to do this one time? You know how
Yeah.
difficult it is?
I
You know
just
how hard
talked
it
to
is
you
to write a
yesterday
bad
about
book?
it.
If you even publish a bad book, you are in a small fraternity, sorority, if you will, of published people in the whole world. I am not going to step on your work and step on you. Why would I hate on you? But most
Mm,
times, the non-doers are the haters. That's my point.
mm,
The
yeah,
non-doers are the haters.
yeah.
If
But
you really, really do it, I ain't got no time. I'm like this. I can't even see what you're doing to hate on you. I'm so busy on my stuff, I can't even see it to hate on it. You know what I'm saying?
mm. I had someone tell me yesterday, there's like, oh man, you be doing too much. I said, I'm sorry, my ambition look like hard work to you. I said, but hard work eventually pays off. But obviously, I'm not doing enough if you paying attention to me like you supposed to be like somewhere else doing your stuff. So whatever I'm doing, it still give you time and entertainment. Like, okay, I'm entertained, but he's still doing too much.
No,
But
there are folk out there that will try to emulate what you do, imitate what you do, and that to me is the highest form of flattery. But they will never give you credit for what you did or say, "Oh, I got this idea from Brother Bowtie. I got this idea from Brother Sean. I got this idea from Brother Joe." You just don't, Brother Sean. Know this. I done put some people on the map.
mm,
I didn't put them on the map where they come back and say I put them on the map. I put them on the map from my heart. That's why when they turned coat on me, it didn't bother me because what I didn't do it for nothing else but did it from the heart. That's why still to this day, watch this. Let me show you how people are that song, wham, wham. Okay. Person last night reached out to me and said, I see your girl from Essence retired. And they kind of put question marks behind it. So I called the person because you ain't going to inbox me or send me a message like that. I said, yeah, Caroline retired. She's got some health issues. And they were like, wow, well, how Essence looking for you next year? I was like, if you think that's the only contact I got at Essence, you willy foo-foo. I said, looking wonderful. I'm actually doing some work for them right now where they already cut me the check to start doing the marketing. I said, while you over there, see, because I don't get on here and tell you every check I get. I don't get on here and tell you every place I'm speaking. See, some of you want to convince folks that you are, but really you want to convince yourself that you a big time speaker. I'm traveling every week somewhere doing something big. I don't post all that all the time. You'd be surprised how many times in the last few months I've been in different countries, different cities, in front of governmental bigwigs. I ain't posting all that because the best parts of my life don't go on social media.
mm.
Y'all
Now
got
I
to
have
wake
a
up.
Joe. I have a question just to switch the conversation right quick.
Come on, talk to me.
What you think will be the appropriate age to start teaching our children politics?
The moment they have an understanding, I believe that finances, economics, politics, and just living needs to be at the moment that if your kid can remember NBA YoungBoy, you can start playing Schoolhouse Rock. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. You got to start doing that.
Mm,
You got to start doing it. See, that's our problem. We think there's a certain time. No, these kids pick it up quick. That's why these little kids right now in there wham wham, because they know the song. So just like you play that, I bet you if you play enough Schoolhouse Rock around them, they'll start remembering them songs too. Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
yeah,
I still remember that from a kid.
yeah. And once again, it goes with the algorithm. I played 4 instruments, and I tell people all the time the danger of the 808 beat. And if you understand the 808 beat and the danger that it has with it, like the frequency that comes with it, I don't know if you remember. You seen the movie They Clone Tyrone?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Remember in the club scene when
Right.
they was playing the music? So all hip hop music, really, Joe, you can look this up. Every hip hop song is made on 808 beat because the frequency actually controls our vibration of how they want us to act. If you
That's
ever thought
energy.
about it,
It's
Joe,
energy. Yeah.
there's not one time you ever heard Luther Vandross and you thought about fighting someone.
Right.
And there's not one time that you actually listened to a rap song that thought about fighting that rap about fighting or killing that you actually thought about making love to someone. So what's going on in our community is that they stop promoting love within our genre music, and they focus on the 808 beat. Actually, a lot of people don't like him, but Kanye West actually had a documentary about the danger of the 808 beat and how it influenced the way that we
Yeah,
react to things and the
he
way
had
that we
that
see
album,
do
808s and
things.
Heartbreak. Remember that? The album
Mm-hmm.
he had, 808s and Heartbreak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and the problem there lies is this. Many a times, because we so busy looking at the messenger, we miss the message. Let me say that one more again to folks. That's why I tell y'all to read this for yourself. Because many a times your problem is you in love with the messenger and you don't even know what the message is. That's the reason why when it comes down to sexual immorality, there's more of that going on in the church than it is in the streets. Because some of y'all infatuated with the car show, the fashion show, and that church gossip, then you are what's in this book. Y'all ain't concerned about what's in this book. Y'all want to go wear your best tightest skirt to church. Y'all want to drive up in your best Mercedes or BMW at church. Y'all want to tell folks about the new house you bought in the new neighborhood at the church. See, that's why church done turned into a place of nothing but let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I'm working with. Come on,
It's the
family. We
fastest
got
show
to,
in the whole
right,
house now, Joe. I'm just
right.
gonna
That's
be
what it
solid.
is. That's
So,
what it
Joe,
is. And we got
you
to
mean to
do
tell me
better.
that they come from the parking lot and for the fashion and miss the main event? Ain't that something?
That part.
They come from
That
the
part.
parking lot and the fashion and
Hold
miss
it.
the main
But
event. That's
hold it.
crazy.
Hold it. But when I say this, then I got about 50 million pastors in my inbox talking about, now, Joe, you ain't right. You know that ain't right. I didn't say all of y'all. And here's the funny thing. Most of the people that be in my inbox be the one that guilty of the crime. You know your congregation guilty of the crime. You know you guilty of the crime. Because dust go to head, dust go to congregation. Come on. I said what I said.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
stand on business.
Man, church became a whole fashion show in the whole house. Joe, I'm Muslim, but I was a Christian for like 27 years. I was a usher, deacon, was in training to be a minister and everything like that. So when I became Muslim, my mother begged me to come back to church because I was in part of the church I attended. It's a mega church in Miami. I was part of the first youth choir. She's like, "Oh, they having a youth choir anniversary. Please come, 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 come." I said, "Mom, I don't want to do it. Like the church ain't no good and stuff like that." So I listened to my mama, went to church, and I went to rehearsal to practice for whenever they was gonna perform. And my mom say, "How was it?" So me and my mom have a conversation where I'm the blunt child. I'm the child that I don't need you to give me a gift with a bow tie. I just need you to just sit your ass down. I'm one of those child. I don't need sit down, please. I need you to hit me in my mouth. So it's the same way back. I say, Mom, I went to rehearsal. I got 8 numbers, Mom, and I'm gonna sleep with 2 of them probably tonight. She said,
Mm.
what? I said, yeah. I said, I can't go back to that church. I said, but I am fit to get these 2 tonight, though. But no, I can't go back to that church.
Hold it. But it's that way in organized religion, regardless if
Mm-hmm.
it's Judaism, Islam, it's
Mm-hmm.
Christianity. It does that. Hey, it is literally turned into some shape, form, or fashion of look at what I got and how much hoery I can do. Go
That's
ahead,
what I
Sean.
said. It's just people, right? We was talking about fraternities yesterday with that whole football situation or whatever.
Right?
I would never pinpoint any organization because you know why? It's people. There are bad apples in every
And every
single group of people you
bunch.
can name. So I would never pinpoint a particular
Right.
religion or
See that,
organization or whatever. It's
and
people.
But but
You know what I'm
yesterday.
saying?
son, I hear you when you say it's people, but the thing is that the people are using the as if you was part of fraternity, they using the fraternity shield as the cover up. So you have no choice but to look at the fraternity and say, okay, this is what you breed.
Yeah,
Like I
hold
give
it.
you a prime example. Like, hold on, Joe, I got you. So I'm a Mason, Joe a Freemason, and there's different Masonic organizations out there, no matter what jurisdiction or affiliation you're part of. But you can't tell if there's a Mason down the street selling drugs. You're not going to say what affiliation or jurisdiction you're in. You're going to assume that all Masons know about this in some way, somehow. We approve this, and we just turn a blind eye or blind cheek to whatever he's doing, and that's for all Divine Nine Greek organizations as well as the PWI Greek organizations. Like you have to attach it. So when you say the church, trust me, and I'm not lying, son. Some of these pastors are the whores in the church, but
Right.
they're musicians, they're choir directors, they're deaconess. So you have no choice but to blame the church. If all the leaders are whores, you trying to tell me, hold on, there's 9 leaders over this church, 7 of them is whores. So we can't judge the church because 2 of them are great. Nah, you gonna judge the whole church.
Right.
Go
And,
ahead.
and hold it. And that's the point.
My only question. If we finger point every organization, what we gonna have left?
Well,
If that same limit set put on every organization, what we gonna have left?
hold it.
Look,
And
you
that's
have
why.
to-
Hold up. Stop.
They have nothing left.
Hold it. And that's why yesterday I made it crystal clear. A uniform, a set of letters, a degree, none of these things. If you are a effed up ratchet individual, I don't care what you pledge, you just gonna be a effed up ratchet individual with some Greek letters.
With a degree or with a degree, yeah.
Female or male. I don't care what church you go to. If you are hoe when you come into church and you don't get free of your hoism, you gonna be a hoe in the church, either male hoe or female hoe. You just found you new great. You hold it. You just like a wait a minute. You see how I don't know about y'all. I watch the Discovery Channel, and I love when they show National Geographic Earth and they show the African Serengeti, and they show how I love them cheetahs. Them cheetahs are some smooth suckers. Them suckers get low in that grass. And then they talk about if the cheetah don't find an antelope in the area, they may travel hundreds of miles away to find where the antelopes are at. So guess what? Just because you are hoeing them streets and now you in church, you just left one grazing area where all the antelopes got ate up at, and found you a new place where you can be steadily in the grass, like they show. To be just steadily in the grass, and
you done found somebody you can touch and agree with.
Hold it. When he see that antelope, them ears go, and then all of a sudden, boom, he gone. At the end of the day, y'all, if you a police officer, if you are a priest, if you are a government official, if you are a school teacher, and you are bad fruit, you a bad person. Them honorable professions and that honorable uniform don't make you a good person. You just a bad person posing as a person who's protecting and serving. And posing as a person educating our kids. That's why y'all don't want to talk about this because it put women in a bad light. But right now there's more women in school sleeping with these little high school boys than there are men out there sleeping with these young women. But y'all don't want to talk about that because it's cool to be a cougar, a puma, a thundercat, a mountain lion, whatever the F y'all want to call yourselves. Y'all need to wake up. It's a new day.
And to your point, Joe, this is why I don't believe in hero worship and idol worship, right? You say, oh man, come on, son, my good guy, he a doctor, this and that. I'm not impressed with no honorifics. I'm not impressed with
degree.
He a police chief and he a district attorney and that's cool, respect to what you do, but I'm not impressed by that because you still just a man or a woman. You're gonna take more than that to impress me.
Right, hold on.
Man.
A bad person. We done already proved that a person of very low morality, little character, and small intelligence can become the president of the United States. We've already proved that. That's a fact. So when you come telling me, well, look at so-and-so, look at the church they got, look at the car they drive, look at the house they live in. Yeah, they might be fucking everybody in the city in one way or another. And I said what I said. I said what I said. 25 minutes past the hour. Y'all don't get in my inbox today. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
They coming, Joe. They coming.
Don't do it. I hope they do. I hope they do. Because already one of them done hit me with, I need more intel about Magic City. No, you don't. You need to take your $40, your $20, and take your ass to the club like I did this weekend. That's what you need to do. $70. Get your own intel. See it for yourself. Don't hold it. Like I tell you, I'm not here to tell you what to think, how to think. Go see it for yourself.
Hey, Joe, they need a primary source. The primary source. Huh? That's school. Go see primary source.
Hey, right. Hold it. Go see it for yourself. Just like I tell you. I ain't seen people asking me, I ain't seen you in church in days, weeks, months, because I'm reading it for myself. Because when I do step into the building, there's got to be some verification on the clarification that I get for myself. Because if it ain't, then I ain't sitting in the right place. See, if you in there, Jesus, you need to put your money in. See, I ain't read none of that in there. So hold it. Y'all want to be entertained. I want to be enlightened. We are not the same.
You know, one of my favorite quotes, Joe,
You know,
it said, in order to be verified, you must be certified by people that are qualified. I love that quote. Whenever that sister said that, I will never forget it. 8-9 years ago, man. You need that kind of verification, bro. You can't just be taking in any little old thing and taking the hook, line, and sinker. You got to have some kind of pushback. But if you don't know nothing, you can't push back. You know, whenever I go to church, Joe, every other Sunday, I work every other weekend, right? After church, I make it a point for the past 5 years. I go straight to pastor after every service. And we have a small 7 to 10 minute private conversation. I'm asking them questions about various things. I might be the only parishioner doing that. Ain't that odd to you? If I was a pastor over a congregation, only one person come to me after the service, you mean all of y'all that smart? So all of y'all just got it like that. It took me a whole week to make this sermon, and y'all heard it and just left. So y'all that smart?
program.
Y'all that brilliant? That's what I was thinking.
Program.
John,
Y'all smart.
Hold
This dude's so remedial. So remedial.
Right, hold on. Because somewhere in here, it says that he got it imparted in him from the Most High. And sometimes because he's human, see, back in the old days, they had to tie a rope around him when he went to the holies of holies because they wanted to make sure he was still breathing. Because guess what? He might have told you out there in them streets that he was good dude doing all the right things. But when he got inside the presence of God, God said, wait a minute, I know what they don't know. And you can't stand in here and ask anybody's remission for anything because I got to first handle you. And guess what? He was dead. That's why they put the rope on him. Because guess what? You can fool. Woo. Let me say this. 28 minutes after, as we get ready to get out of here. Remember this, family. You can fool some of the people some of the time. If you're good, you can fool all the people all the time. But the two people you'll never fool in life is God and yourself, because y'all both know the truth. With that being said, let me start with Sean P. Let's get up out of here, Sean. Tell me about the Sean P experience. Let's go.
I'm gonna close out with something better than that, man. We said it earlier. So many people are so busy, full of taking in information, whether it's in your eyes, your ears, whatever it might be. Get better at actually creating things yourself. It's like a sponge that soaks up water. At a certain point, you gotta wring that sponge out to put something else in it, right? So while you taking in, that thing full. Go and write or draw or do photography, whatever your form of expression is. But the bow tie makes phenomenal bow ties. It's a form of being a producer, not just a consumer of things. So go out there in some kind of way and produce something of your own, is my words of today's important.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on, brother Bowtie, give it to me, baby.
What it is, what it ain't, and what we gonna do about it. Let's talk about it. Let's do something about it. Hey, listen, growing up, we were taught that stranger danger. We're old enough and we're protected enough and we damn sure enough have enough strength in mind to know how to use our wisdom. Put yourself in danger and become a friend with a stranger and watch how things change from you. Trust me, give a stranger opportunity. As you walk throughout your day, say hi to someone that you never say hi to. Speak to someone that you never even thought to look their way, whether it's a homeless person, somebody at your job, someone in the grocery store. Give someone an opportunity to come in your life and it might change your life. That's all I got to say, brother Bowtie. Have a nice day. You wish to support me, follow me, everything. Bowtie Untied. Or if you would support my business, go to www.brothersbowties.com. Have a nice day.
And he forgot to tell you about them cigars too. Them some good cigars.
Appreciate it.
Support the brother. Support the brother. Support the brother. All right, family. Time for me to get up out of here. We're at the bottom of the hour. We went 30 minutes over. Listen, real simple. Be better today than you were yesterday. Do something today to bless somebody some way, somehow. That no matter what you do, there's no earthly way they could ever pay you back. Tell a friend to tell a friend about this podcast. We're here pushing and encouraging positivity. We're uplifting with information. We give conversation for elevation because we want you to be so much better today than you were yesterday. Always remember that there is no secret what God can do. What he has done for others, he will and he can do for you. For when God is with you, nothing or no one can stand against you. We'll be back tomorrow for Work It Out Wednesday. Lord, say the same. Y'all have a blessed day on this Tell the Truth Tuesday. We out of here. Peace.